take a look at the UV tubes. Take a look at that. Make sure everything is copacetic. There we go. All right. Yeah, all right. Everything looks good over here. All right. Good. Let's make sure that we are live on the Twitch. Are we live on the Twitch? Let's see. Yes, sir. Yes, we are. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Happy what is it? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. All right. And we are just chilling right now, chilling like villains. Yes, sir. All right. And we are just doing our thing right now. So how you guys doing today? Hope you guys had a greenable day. I did. Hope you guys are having a greenable day right now as well. All right. And yeah, that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on so far. We called quite a few baggers today. And right now I'm just getting all the alerts out right now for the Indelible Tribe. I'm getting them out on the UB tubes. I'm getting them out on the Twitter. All that good stuff. Yes, sir. All right. Getting that all over there. Boom. Right there. All right. Getting everything over here. All right. Boom. Right there. Good. Get that all set and ready to go. Right there. And yeah. Okay. Good. We are just getting ourselves all set up. But how you guys doing today, man? Hope you guys having a fantastic day today. Me, I had a great day, man. I had a great day. Had a wonderful day. Got to have some sushi last night, man. You already know what time it is. That stuff was delicious. A little bit of steak teriyaki. You know what I mean? Decided to have a little bit, dine out a little bit. Treat ourselves. You know what I mean? So we had a good old time. Yes, sir. All right. So far, we are basically just getting everything all fixed up, all ready to go, all set. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this over here. Boom, right there. Okay. Let me fix the description because the little glitch happened again. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. All right. So, let's get this intro started. What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I'm your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, a.k.a. the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Sometimes she gets shot out the cannon and she goes wee. Other times she likes to go to Arby's and watch videos of puppies and kitties, and also likes to steal my lo mein and any other of my food that is Chinese. She did call quite a few wonderful stonks today, like CMBM, PFSA, and PPBT. We call her DBL Moms. Hey! All right, so that's what we got going on there, folks. That is what we got going on. So, yeah. So that's what we're doing right now. That is what we are doing. So we're just getting ourselves set up. Currently, we are taking a look at CMBM, which is a stonk we called earlier this morning. Hold on. Where'd my pen go? Here goes a pen. Someone stole my pen. My pen's being stolen. DBL Moms, bro. DBL Moms, man. She steals pens. I'm telling you, for real. Man. For real. She be stealing the pens. Big time. Wow. Big time, bro. Wow. Been my cross forever. Yeah, I know. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we called quite a few stonks today. And before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. All right. All right. All right. All right. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it with CMBM. CMBM, we called the stonk earlier in the day, ladies and gentlemen. We called the stonk earlier in the day. It ran up a nice 372%. 372% right there. All right, and as of now, right now, it's very choppy and stuff like that. But before, it was running up nicely, man. It was running up beautifully. It was schmexy. You know how it is. It was very schmexy, ladies and gentlemen. Schmexy stonk right there. Schmexy. Yes, schmexation. Yes. So, it had a nice run up 372%. 372% right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, let me get it right here. CMBM. CMBM ran up a nice 357% right there. 372%, 372% right there. So that's what we got going on there, folks. That is what we got going on. We called that stonk early in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Early in the morning. All right. Another stonk that we're currently looking at right now. So let's take a look at CMBM. First things first, right here. Bop. Let's get some support and resistance lines over here. Support and resistance lines are always good. Bop right here and bop right there. So currently has to hold above the 244 mark. Needs to break through 301 for it to be somewhat schmexy. Tumya had a bit of a dip over here. Curled back up off the double bottom over here. And currently is above the VWAP. Needs to break through this little bit of consolidation right over here. It needs to break through it for it to be so much schmexy to me. It has to break through 301. So that's what it's got going on, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got going on. So CMBM needs to break the consolidation and curl. Curl, baby, curl. Yeesh. So, CCCF asks for PPBM. We'll take a look at it real shortly. But before we do that, let's take a look at PPBT. PPBT. All right. So, PPBT currently curling above the VWAPA right now. Currently curling above the VWAPA, up 92%. We've been calling this stonk for the past couple of hours now. So, we'll see what's going on with this stonk right here. We've actually been calling it since around 6:35 a.m. in the morning. So that's what we got going on right there. So PPBT currently up 92%. Up 92%, baby. 92%. Can it become another bagger, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. But right now, it is currently doing its thing right here. Boom, right here. Let's get this A to B, B to C, C to D, right there. Move this a little bit back. Boom, right there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's get some support and resistance lines right over Mya and right over Mya. So got that going on right there as well. And it is now a bagger. Wow, okay. Well, PPBT is another bagger of the day. What can I tell you? PPBT up 100%. 100%. Now another bagger of the day. Just saying, ladies and gentlemen. Now up 104%. Look at that stonk going nice. Moving its way on up right now. 104% right there. 104%. So that's what we got going on there, folks. That is what we got going on. Currently moving up off that ABCD pattern. PPBT, another bagger, ladies and gentlemen. PPBT, yet another bagger, baby. Up. Slump says, I got in on PPBT at 95 cents. Thank you, guys. Much love, Slumped. Much love, brother. Hope you are having a wonderful day and making a lot of money. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Just going on fire. Yeah, man, that's the Discord right there. Be sure to check out that 4-day trial, ladies and gentlemen, for real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. You get access to a wonderful community of people. You get access to an amazing group. And to top it off, you get access to all the tools. You get access to the scanner. You get access to the newsroom, the beautiful, amazing community that helps everybody out, and we all support each other. Yes, sir. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. Yeesh. Woo-wee! Let's go, baby. Yeah, all right. So, PPBT currently moving its way on up right now. Had that nice shot up to 104%. Very nice, very nice, very nice. There we go. All right, so now that we have gotten that settled up, let's take a look at PPBM on request of one of our people on Twitter. Let's take a look at PPBM. No such thing as PPBM. Doesn't exist. All right. So let's take a look at TLIH. TLIH currently below the VWAP as of now, but it did have a nice little movement above the VWAP right there. So right now it's kind of forming a bit of a pennant right here. A little bit of a pennant. Needs to break that pennant. Needs to break the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Let's take a look over here. Up 23%. 23% right now. All right. This stock is currently up 23%. TLIH does need, and it has a 6 million float. Volume is 30 million, so it does have the volume for it. It has the volume, but it needs to break above that VWAP and needs to break above that pennant. So TLIH needs to break the pennant and the VWAP. Let's get a share party going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. Oh my! TLIH just shot up like a rocket. Hold on. Wow. Price spike off the pennant right here. There you go. All right. Well, okie dokie. Hey, all right. Wait. Went back down. TLIH had a price spike there. TLIH, price spike off the VWAP. Price spike above the pennant and VWAP. Yep. So had that just now and then pretty much went back down. So very, very sporadic with this one. Very, very sporadic. She's a bit of a hot tamale. You know what I mean? So yeah, kind of keeping an eye on this stock right now. Little bit volatile right there. Popped up and when went back down. I know what I saw. Oh boy. All right, PPBT curling back up. PPBT now up 110% right there. PPBT, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. PPBT now up 114, 116. Let's go, baby. 119. Share it up. Let's get a share party going. 119 up. Yes. Let's get a share party. Let's get to 400 people, ladies and gentlemen. 400. Come on now. Come on. 119% already off the rip. That's just the doubles effect. PhD in Bangernomics from Big Bang College, also known as BBC. Let's go. And we got the Coachmeister General on deck. And, we are up 121, 128. Oh, boy.
It's pumping. New higher day.
New higher day, up 121.
Let's go, baby.
121. 121.
Day.
PPBT up 121% right there. Yes, sir. All right. PPBT new high up 121%. There we go, baby. There we go. Yes, sir. All right. You're okay. So, now that we got that going on right there, has a bit of a double top going on, a little bit of a double top going on right there. It be like that sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. It do be like that, but right now, doesn't really matter. Has to break above that double top for it to continue to really be schmexy to mya, but otherwise, you know what I mean? Nah, not really. It's currently it did really good, but you know, right now, we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens right there. Let's take a look at some other stocks right here. Tony asked for FGL. Let's take a look at FGL. FGL, currently FGL is very much so below the VWAP right now. Needs to break this little descending wedge right around here for it to be so much Mexi Tumya. Has a bit of a double bottom forming. Can it bounce off the double bottom and break that descending wedge and break through the VWAP? Needs to break through the VWAP and the descending wedge right now for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. So, FGL needs to break the descending wedge and the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. Let's take a look at some other stonks over here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at some other stonks right there. PFSA. Let's see how PFSA is doing. PFSA. All right. PFSA currently moving its way on downward right now. A little bit right there. Bop right there. Trying to curl its way on up off the descending wedge. It needs to break the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. So, PFSA needs to break the VWAPA and all right, curling off the descending wedge and needs to break the VWAPA. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. That's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on right there. So, that's what we got going on for PFSA. Let's take a look at VC, VSEE. This stonk ran up a little bit. Yeah, it ran quite a bit, actually, yesterday. Ran up quite a bit yesterday. So, we got that going on right there. Currently, with the stonk bot right here, has a bit of a channel forming right over Mya. So it has to break that channel for it to be so much Mexi to Mya and break through the VWAPA for it to also be so much Mexi to Mya. VSEE. VSEE needs, all right, let me get that over here. Needs to break the channel and the VWAPA. Yes, it had some channel time right there. And the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. Yesh. All right. ERNA. Let's see what's going on there. Moving. Oh my. Major price spike on ERNA on low volume right now. So it's got that price spike going on. ERNA up 64% right there. Price spike on low volume. So, oh my. 76%. Oh my, take a look at that right there. 76% ERNA, 76% right there. Moving on low volume, ERNA up 76%. Price spike on low volume. There we go. Got that going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party, share party, share party. Come on now. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ooh, come on now. Come on now. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. All right. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right. So let's get that share party going on, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we are moving and grooving and grooving and moving and grooving and moving and grooving and grooving. There we go. Let's get it. Let's move. All right. So let's take a look at TLIH. We already looked at that. PUMP. PUMP. Let's take a look at that right here. PUMP. Right now, very, very choppy. Needs some volume for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. Got the support right over here. Needs to hold above 884. Needs to break through 931 for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. PUMP needs to break the... Actually, just needs volume, really. Needs volume. Just needs volume. It needs volume. There we go. Just really needs volume for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to open. Open. Let's get to that right there. Open, a little bit barcoded, a little bit choppy right here. Needs to break the VWAPA for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. Open needs to break the VWAPA and needs volume to become somewhat schmexy to Mya. All right, let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party going on, ladies and gentlemen. up, and let's take a look at another stock right here, ASST. ASST, also very barcoded, has a lot of channels forming over here. Got a lot of channel times, a lot of channel time. Channel time, it's channel time. Channel time has to break above this channel right over here, and has to break above the other channels too, because there's a lot of channel time right there. So ASST currently needs some volume for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. ASST needs volume for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Needs to break the channel. All right. There we go. That's what ASST needs. Let's take a look at another stonk over here. BYND. BYND. This one's been a popular stonk amongst the peeps. It's been a popular stonk. Let's see what we got here. Had an A to B, B to C, C to D a little bit, and then has a bit of a pennant right here. It needs to break that pennant, also forming a little bit of a channel. So it needs to break the consolidation and the pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. So let's get that right there. BYND needs to break the pennant and consolidation off the A, B, C, D pattern right there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's take a look at another stonk right here. How about BBAI? BBAI. Let's see how BBAI is going. Ooh, not looking too schmexy right now. Very, very choppy below the VWAP. Needs a lot of volume. BBAI. BBAI needs volume to break the VWAP, and just in general, really. It needs volume just to break the VWAP, and just in general, it's man. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party. Come on now. Tony asks, could FLG look like it has the volume because of the whale buy at 8 a.m.? Let me take a look at FLG again. FLG currently has a bit of volume going on so far, but fell below. Actually, no. Nope, never mind. Does not have volume. Lot of indecisiveness right here, unless you're talking about FGL. FGL, on the other hand, had some movement. It did have some movement. Hold on, let me get that right over there. Because FLG doesn't look like it has any movement at all, really. But FGL needs to really just break a descending wedge right here. I mean, could it potentially move up more? Sure, but it does need a lot of volume for it. You know what I mean? So right now, FGL needs to break that descending wedge. FGL needs to break the descending wedge and curl off the double bottom for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. All right, so that's what we got going on for that stonk right there. Oh, yeah. No, Tony, I got you, brother. I kind of figured you were asking about FGL earlier, so you know. But yeah, currently right now, it moved up a little bit, and then it went back down. So right now, what it really needs is it just needs volume, really. That's all it needs, because it had a nice move upward, but, you know, it's one of those things where it kind of just needs some serious volume to break through that VWAP, because that VWAP right there is very important. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to get you some support and resistance lines right over here. Bop, right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,000, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 1,000. So, currently right now with FGL, has to break. It did break above this descending wedge, but it really just needs to break above this VWAP, because it has support at 64 cents, has to stay above that. Needs to break above 67 cents right over here. Needs to break above 70 cents, which is where the VWAP is, and a point of resistance. Then needs to break 74 cents right here, and then needs to break 80 cents right over here, which is the high of day. So, needs to break through all those for it to really be schmexy to me. But if it can get more volume to break through that VWAP, I think it might have a bit more of a chance. So you know what I mean? So let's take a look over here. We are also being requested ERNA. ERNA had a nice spike going on over there. Actually, I'm going to put this spike over here, because then it had some other movement right over here. Let's get this over here. Bop right there. All right. Had a bit of a move downward and then proceeded to go up. Looks like it's trying to form a bit of a descending little ABCD right over here, and it's trying to bounce off this double bottom over here, so it could be schmexy to me. All right. Tony says, thank you. No problem, brother. No problem. Of course. Our pleasure. All right. So let's take a look actually at some points of support and resistance right here. Bot right there. All right. ERNA currently up 76%. Looks like it's smacking that high a day right there. ERNA testing the high a day right now. So I'll give it the credit where credit's due right there. ERNA testing the high of day. So currently ERNA has 12 million volume, 6 million float. Very good. I like that. It's got double the float, so that's really, really good in terms of volume. So just needs to really break that top tail. It's forming a top tail right here. We don't like the top tails, ladies and gentlemen. We like the bottom tails. So that's what we got going on right there. So ERNA needs to break through 225 and hold above 201 for it to be so much mexy to me. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's see how we got with Rico Suave. How you doing, Rico?
Rico.
How you doing? Let me see here. What would PPBT price targets be if it does spike? So let's take a look at PPBT. PPBT, all right. PPBT, if it spikes over here, we got support and resistance line. So it's got support right here at $1.04, has resistance at 115 and then 113, which is a high a day. So actually, I'd have to lift this up a little bit because it's a bit higher than that. 134. That's around where the shots are going right there. So currently with the stunk right here with PPBT, it did have a shot going upward over here. Now it looks like it's forming a bit of a descending, a little pennant, a little bit of a downward trending, descending wedge right over here. So it needs to really break that descending wedge, hold above 105 and break through 116 for it to be schmexy to me. And then after that, it has to break through 134, in my opinion, for it to be so much schmexy to me. So PPBT needs to break the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Yes, sir. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Abdullah asks for CMBM. Ooh, we called CMBM real early. I'm pretty sure we called that one at around 3 o'clock in the morning, and it had a nice shot upward of 372%. Very nice, very good shots upward there. So let me actually get rid of this right here. We don't need that bot right there. All right, very much so above the VWAP right now. This stock is currently up 304%, moving up very nicely. Now $2.50. So we got that going on. Did have a shot upward over here, ladies and gentlemen. So it moved up right over here, formed a bit of a pennant right over here. All right. And then proceeded to kind of form a little bit of a shot upward off the pennant right here. All right. And then pretty much just created a bit of an A to B, B to C, C to D right over here. All right. Had a bit of a trend downward over here, made a bit of a descending wedge, curled off that descending wedge, made another descending wedge right over here, and then started climbing its way back up once again right over here with an A to B, B to C, C to D. All right. Another one over here, and is now just forming a bit of a pennant right here. So CMBM needs to really break that pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy to me, because right now it's got to hold above 244 and break through 301 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. So CMBM needs to break the pennant. Had that high a day of 372%, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope it goes higher. I truly hope it goes a lot higher because CMBM was astounding. We actually, we were taking a look at it, man. Wow. It was spectacular. It was spectacular, man. So CMBM is currently now 312% up right now, 312% up. Does it have news? We'll check and see if it has news here. CMBM. Let's take a look here. All right. All right. Let's see here. CMBM. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. News. Does it have news? It does actually have news. It says Cambium Networks integrates with Starlink for enterprise-grade service delivery. So they basically decided to integrate with Starlink and announced an integration of one network with Starlink to optimize their LEO satellite connections. And to top it off, yeah, They're pretty much just doing that right now. So right now it's shot up amazingly up to 372% on that news that it is basically integrating with Starlink now. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's take a look at some other stocks right here. Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 1400. Let's get to 1400. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Share party, share party, share party. Yeah. Share it up, share it up, share it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go, baby. Let's
yeah. NRG.
NRG.
Yes, sir.
NRG.
Woo! There we go.
Parabolic family.
Oh, yes. Somebody requested CLIK. Let's take a look at CLIK. Let's take a look at CLIK. All right. Very choppy. Very choppy. I'll give it some support and resistance lines over here. All right. Bop and bop. Has that going on right there. Has to hold above 824, break through 856, and then 907 for it to be schmexy. But really what it needs is volume because it's very choppy right now. So CLIK needs volume to break those little resistance points right there. So that's what it's got going on so far. Somebody requested LCID. LCID. Let's take a look at LCID. Someone requested it earlier this morning. All right, let's see here. LCID had a bit of a move, a little bit of an ABCD up here, and then pretty much just formed a bit of a pennant along the VWAP right here. So has to break that pennant and needs to break that VWAP because it is kind of consolidated right now along the VWAP. LCID needs to break the consolidation along the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Otherwise, man, you know how it gets, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it goes. All right, let's get a share party going on. Let's get the 1500. 1500 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get the 1500. Let's see how we're doing here. What are we doing? What are we doing? All right, so somebody requested SOFI. SOFI is a little bit pricey in terms of stonks, but I will indulge the tribe, ladies and gentlemen. I will indulge you, indelibles. Yes, sir. All right. CMBM, by the way, is now 336%. So it looks like it's trying to climb its way back up. SOFI, same deal, has this little pennant going on right over here, right? And right over here. So has a pennant going on right here, needs to stay above the VWAP right now, trying to curl off the pennant right there for SOFI. A little bit pricey, so we'll see what happens there. SOFI needs to break the pennant and is curling off the VWAP. So that's what we got going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on. SOFI needs to break that pennant and is curling off the VWAP right now. So we'll see what happens with that stonk right there. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look over here. What other stonks we got? Somebody requested NOK. Let's take a look at NOK. NOK, very, very choppy. Very choppy. Had some moments of consolidation, but as of recently, did have a movement up here, shot up on a choppy uptrend, and then pretty much just formed a bit of a descending wedge over there. So NOK, we got that going on right there. Currently, very, very choppy. Needs to break that descending wedge right there. NOK, choppy, needs volume, and to break that descending wedge. There we go. All right, there we go right there. Boom. All right, so got that going on right there. That is what we got going on, folks. All right, let's get a share party going on. Let's take a look at CMBM. CMBM currently trying to curl off that pennant right now. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, can it hit a new high? Can it break that 372 high right there? Let's see what happens with it. CMBM needs to break the... Actually, no, it's just on. It's curling off the VWAP. It's curling off the pennant right now. Curling off the pennant, testing the high. Yeah, let's see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see how it goes right there. All right, let's take a look at PPBT again. PPBT curling off the descending wedge right now. Curling off that descending wedge right there. Bop right there. So we got that going on. PPBT curling off the descending wedge as well. Boom, we got that right there. Curling off that descending wedge right there. Boom. All right, looking schmexy, ladies and gentlemen. Can it continue? Can it continue where it left off? It is up 98%. Can it break past that 121% high, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. All right, let's take a look at another stonk right here. Let's take a look at ERNA. How's the ERNA going? How's the RNA holding up? All right, ERNA looks like it fell down below. It started falling down a bit right there. Had some movement earlier and was looking pretty good, but then kind of just had that top tail and then just went down below. Had a bit of a double top over here as well, so we got that going on right there. Needs to curl off that little descending wedge, which it looks like it's trying to right now. Has a bit of descending wedge right here and right here, and looks like it's trying to curl off that descending wedge right here, and looks like it's trying to test the VWAPA. So let's see what happens. ERNA curling off the descending wedge, testing the VWAPA. So let's see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens there. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party. Let's get to 1900, ladies and gentlemen. 1900. Come on now. Let's get to 1900, ladies and gents. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to 1900, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Come on. Come on, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it right now. All right. Let's take a look at FGL. FGL. Let's see how FGL is doing right here. FGL is currently right now breaking. It's still actually, no, not really. Hasn't really broken through the pennant at all. Hasn't broken through this descending wedge. It curled up a little bit, but still needs to really break this descending wedge here. All right, still needs to break the descending wedge. So FGL needs to break the descending wedge, ladies and gentlemen, for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Boom. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. PFSA. Let's see how PFSA is doing right now. PFSA currently trying to form a pennant right now. Forming a pennant right here. All right. Has a bit of a pennant going on right over here. Bop right here and bop right here. So it's got that going on right there. PFSA needs to break that pennant and needs to break that VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. So PFSA trying to break the pennant right here for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Let's get that share party going on. Let's get to 2100. Excuse me, I hiccuped a little bit. 2100, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 2100, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loots, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. So currently, TLIH now still needs to break this pennant right here for it to be so much mexy to mya. But right now, it's currently got to break that pennant. Needs to break the VWAP. So let's get that going on right there. TLIH still needs to break the pennant and the VWAPA for it to be so much schmexy to mya. That's really what it's got going on right here. It is below the VWAP still, so we got that going on. 9 EMA is not really above that right now, so we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. You know what I mean? We shall see. We shall see. Tony says, how would you interpret the fact that 31 million shares were bought at 8 a.m. from FGL and there's been very little volume since? Honestly, don't really know. I mean, it could be anything, to be honest. It could be anything. It could be someone, buying a lot of shares and potentially, holding them. It could be anything, really. It's one of those things, It could potentially curl up. I mean, FGL right now has 100 million shares, or excuse me, 100 million float, 5 million volume. There's a bit of, the float is really the supply, volume is the demand. So There's a lot of demand for FGL, but right now, for some reason, it is not curling up. Don't know why that is. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Could be a bunch of different things. Could be a variety of different things right now. But right now, could be shorts. Could be shorts. You never know. It could also be shorts. Somebody could have bought 31 million shares, and then there's just a bunch of people. Yeah. It's also a possibility. Yeah. Could be waiting for the bell to short. Could be anything. So loading up could be anything right now. So yeah, they could expect a pullback at the bell too. Yeah, could be that too. So yeah, it could be anything really. So FGL currently right now needs to break that descending wedge. Looks like it's trying to right now just a little bit. So we'll see what happens right here. Needs to break that VWAP though. Needs to break the VWAP, but is trying to curl off that descending wedge. So let's get that going on. FGL trying to curl off the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Needs to break the VWAP. All right. Let's see. Abdullah asks, let's see CMBM. Let's take a look at CMBM again. Let's take a look. Yeesh. All right. Hold on. Right. 1 second. 1 second. Just needs to get my thing over here. Boom. Right here. Okay. So, CMBM right here had a bit of a double top right around here, then proceeds to drop its way back down a little bit. So not looking too schmexy as of this moment in time, right? So we're going to actually make another little pennant right over here, see what we got going on. Actually, no, this is more of a descending wedge. Needs to really break this descending wedge and hold above 244 for it to be so much schmexy to me. But again, it had a nice run up 372%. So I'm going to be real. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? It's one of those things right there. It's one of those things. So, yeah, CMBM needs to break the descending wedge, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to break that descending wedge right there. All right. CCCF and Rico Suave ask for PPBT. PPBT. All right. So let's take a look at PPBT. All right. Let's see here. Currently, PPBT. Oh my, nice. It's moving its way back up, ladies and gentlemen. PPBT moving its way back up, curling off that descending wedge right there. Climbing, baby. Climbing. PPBT climbing. Can it break that high of day? Let's see. Let's see if it breaks that high of day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if it breaks that high of day. Yes, sir. Come on now. Come on now. Can it break that high of day? Needs to remain friends with the trend for it to be so attractive to me. Otherwise, it's just, man, You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. You know how it is. Yeesh. So, right now, PPBT, it could potentially curl, could potentially continue to go upward. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Has to break through 121% for it to really be schmexy to meow. Has to break that $1.34 mark right here, and it has to hold $1.16. Abdullah asks, CMBM, can it go to $3? I mean, it has gone there before, so could it? Maybe. We'll see what happens. It does have the potential. Has potential. I mean, it does have 13 million float, 207 million volume. It depends on the volume, really. So, yeah, it depends on the volume right now.
It gets attention, anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. So, yeah, could potentially go. Could potentially, but needs volume. Needs volume for it to really be able to go and curl its way back up, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what it needs. CMBM needs a volume. CMBM needs volume to curl. Curl. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. So that's what's got going on right there. Yes, sir. Let's take a look once again at another stock right here. Let's see. All right, let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at CGEN. Somebody requested CGEN. Let's see. Not looking schmexy there. Yeah, very choppy. Needs volume. CGEN needs volume. Not looking schmexy at all. Needs volume. Not schmexy at all. All right. Let's take a look. Somebody requested BULL. BULL. Okay. Ooh, not looking schmexy on that one either. Needs volume there as well. BULL. Very choppy. Needs volume for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. So, yeah, nah, BULL not looking schmexy at all there. Let's take a look at IBIO. Somebody requested IBIO. I wonder how that stock is doing. Oh, yep, nope. Not looking schmexy on that one either. I'd rather just be on CMBM and the other ones. But, yeah, there we go. IBIO. Very, very choppy. Very low volume. Not schmexy at all. Not looking schmexy there. Let's take a look at XXII. We did call XXII yesterday and earlier this morning, and it fell below the VWAP right now, but it did have some movement earlier in the day. Right now, XXII currently is up here. Needs to break the little descending wedge right here and has a bit of consolidation right along here. So currently a bit consolidated, trying to climb above the VWAP right now, trying to climb up a little bit, but XXII needs some volume. XXII needs volume to break that VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. All right, PPBT. Looks like PPBT is looking schmexy. Let's take a look. Cup and handle breakout, baby. Let's go. PPBT, 116%. Come on now. PPBT. Come on right now. Curling up, baby. Yeah. PPBT curling up, baby. Yes, sir. Currently climbing its way back up. Can it break that 121% run? Can it break through $1.34? Can it break through, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see what happens right now. Currently needs to remain friends with the trend. PPBT on the uptrend right now. PPBT on the uptrend needs to remain friends with the trend. Yes, sir. All right. So we got that going on. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 2,700. 2,700, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 2,700 right now. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what other stocks we got going on. Somebody requested ERNA. Ronsterman asks, so is Erna done, or should we wait for the open? I can't give you stock advice there. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, ERNA currently right now is below the VWAP. So it did have some nice movement earlier in the day, but right now, let's see what happens. Needs to still break this little descending wedge right over here. Let me get rid of this right here. Bop. All right. Really just needs to break a descending wedge right over Mya and right over Mya right there. So really just needs to break that descending wedge in the VWAP for it to be so much mexy to Mya. But right now, ERNA needs to break the descending wedge and the VWAP. Curl, baby, curl. Come on now. We could hope that it could curl right now. So whether it's done or not, I don't know. Can't really tell you. It's really time will only tell. Time will only tell. Could it potentially curl back up? We'll see. We'll see. Erna right now currently has 6 million float, 29 million volume. So the volume is higher than the float. That is a good sign, but needs to break that descending wedge and also needs to break that VWAP for it to be so much mexy to Mya. Otherwise, it's just you know what I mean. Ronstermont says, awesome. Thank you. Oh, of course, man. Of course. Our pleasure. Our pleasure. Yeah, somebody requested BYND. BYND. Let's take a look at BYND. Still very choppy right now. It is still very, very choppy right now. Very choppy. So right here, we could actually, let me update this a little bit. Needs to really break this pennant, but not only does it need to break the pennant, it needs volume. It needs some serious volume because this barcoding right here, all this little barcoding stuff going on, not indicative of schmexy movement. It is more so just basically low volume. So I like BYND as a stonk. You know, it did have some nice movements going on, but it really needs to break this channel and needs to break this pennant for it to be so much mexy to me. BYND, low volume, needs to break the channel and the pennant for it to be so much mexy to me. So it needs to break that channel and that pennant for it to be so much mexy to me. Christopher asks for GPUS. GPUS. Oh my, a lot of people love that stock. They actually requested a bunch for me. But let's take a look over here. So GPUS currently had a bit of a steep drop right over here. A little bit of a steep drop going on right there, right there, but it has curled up a little bit, but it is still consolidated. So it has a bit of a channel time, it's channel time right here. So it's got a bit of a channel right over here, boom, and right over here. So it needs to break above this channel right here. Actually, you know what? I might raise the channel up just a little bit, you know, there we go. That's where it needs to really break through right there. And then it needs to really break this VWAP for it to be so much mexy to Mia. Because right now it's been kind of consolidated within this channel a little bit. So right now needs to break through this little channel and break through the VWAP for it to really be schmexy to Mia. Right now GPU-S does not look like it has much in terms of volume. It got a bunch of indecisive wicks. So GPU-S as of now, GPU-S needs to break the channel and also needs to break the VWAP, because the VWAP is really where it needs to break, but it has to break this channel to have some form of an indicator that, hey, it might be trying to test the VWAP. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Actually, matter of fact, you know what? I'll get you some support and resistance lines right over here. All right, let's see. Right around here should be a good place to start. Boom. And boom, right there. So had support at 45 cents, has support at 46 cents and 47 cents. Looks like it's trying to break above the channel right now. Can it be testing the VWAP? I hope so. I think so. I think it's trying to test the VWAP right now. So GPUS could be testing the VWAP right now, Christopher. So yeah, there you go. Christopher, GPUS could be testing, actually is testing the VWAP. Testing the VWAPA. Needs volume. Go, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah, testing that VWAP. Let's go. I hope it does. I hope it breaks through and becomes parabolic, brother. All right. Christopher says appreciate it. Of course, man. Of course. My pleasure. Our pleasure. All right. Let's see. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get the 3200, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the 3200. And ladies and gentlemen, remember that we got to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section, so be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. So, yeah, we got all that going on right there. And you get access to this wonderful community. You get access to this beautiful scanner as well as other beautiful scanners we have. This amazing news list, which is, these are basically tools that are excellent for researching. You get access to an amazing community of supportive folks. And to top it off, you get access to our ticker tape, which basically is just a live scanner of all the stocks that we're basically looking at and keeping an eye on. And basically, we called quite a few stocks there. We called CMBM 372%, PPBT 121%. Those are just two examples of the many stocks that we have called. And we called quite a few parabolic stocks yesterday. We called about, I'd say, probably 7 to 9 stocks yesterday that were parabolic. So, yeah, just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, ladies and gentlemen. And also, if you get the Wealth Builder package, not only do you get access to the real-time alerts and scanners, but you also get access to other cool stuff too. Like, for example, you get access to our scripts, you get access to exclusive picks, you get access to educational content, exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff, and exclusive access to Coach Nick Money and myself. So, be sure to check out that Wealth Builder package. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out right there, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. All right, so let's take a look at some more stocks right here. Somebody requested RR. All right, RR. Let's see. RR, like the sound an otter makes. RRR? Yeah. All right, so Again, very, very choppy. Very choppy. Lot of barcoding over here. A lot of indecisive wicks. Really needs to break through this channel and needs to break this VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. But RR does not look good, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of volume there. RR needs some serious volume. Needs serious volume to break the channel and the VWAPA.
Barcoding.
Very barcoded, ladies and gentlemen. Oof. RR. Not schmexy. Not schmexy.
Bag holder city.
Bag holder city right there. Not looking schmexy. Ugh. Let's take a look over here. Somebody's requesting Mob X. Mob X. Let's see how Mob X is doing. Mob X, not a lot of volume, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of volume here. I'll give it some support and resistance lines, but I don't know if that'll do it any good. Yeah, no, it just needs volume, man. Mob X, very, very choppy, needs volume. Mob X, very choppy, needs volume. What else we got over here? What else we got, man? Did somebody requested RDW? All right, let's take a look at RDW. RDW. Ooh. Yep, also choppy. Very choppy. Very choppy. Not looking schmexy there. Not looking schmexy on RDW. RDW needs volume as well. But it is above the VWAP. I'll give it that. It is above the VWAP, but needs some serious volume for RDW. You know what I mean? Needs some volume right there. Let's take a look at MSAI. Somebody requested that as well. Let's see.
Cup and handle.
Oh my. ERNA. ERNA. Ooh, look at that. ERNA. Hey, there we go. Hey, Ronsterman. ERNA, brother. Look at that. There we go. Look at that. It's curling, baby. Curling. There we go. That's what I like to see. Curl, baby, curl. Look at that. ERNA curling, baby. Yes, sir. All right. Erna curling off the descending wedge right there. Wepa. Let's see. Ooh. Yes, sir. Let's take a look at that right there. Erna just moving its way on up. It's moving and grooving and moving and grooving, baby.
Let's go.
Look at that, man. Whoo! Look at that right there. That is amazing. Wonderful. That is awesome. That is awesome right there. Can it break that high, baby? Can it break that high at 230? Needs to break that 230. Yes, it does. 81%. Erna broke the high a day just now. Broke that high a day. Come on now. Yes, sir. ERNA. Erna broke the high of day. Up 81%. Can it potentially be another bagger? I hope so. I hope so. Let's get it. I hope we could get another bagger for the indelible tribe. Yes, sir. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are indelibles. We love you guys. Leave your mark. We love you. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Erna currently up 83% right now. 86%. Cooking, baby.
Cooking with the grease.
Yeah, cooking with the grease. Yes, sir. Erna 86% right now. Yes, sir. ERNA up 86% right now. Fly, baby, fly. Yes, sir. Fly, baby, fly. Come on now. Let's see what it do. Let's see what it do, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. ERNA 80%. Come on. It's still trying to fight its way on up there. It's trying to fight its way on up. Needs to break that high a day at 237. Needs to break that 237 mark for it to continue to be schmexy to me. Can it break through? Come on, baby. We are almost at the 9:30 bell. Almost at the 9:30 bell right there. Almost. The bell. It's about 10 minutes away. But the bell. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. All right. Erna forming a bit of a double top right there. Needs to break that double top for it to be so much schmexy to me. All right. ERNA needs to break that double top. Yes, sir. ERNA needs to break that double top for it to be so much maxi to Mya. All right, so ERNA's got that going on right there. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 3,600. Let's get to 3,600, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get to 3,600. All right, so let's take a look over here. Somebody requested MSAI. MSAI. All right, MSAI did have a bit of an ABCD pattern going on over here, so we got that going on right there. A to B, B to C, C to D, right there. All right, needs to break this little pennant that is starting to form over here. So MSAI forming a bit of a pennant, up 27%. MSAI needs to break the pennant for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, we pick a lot of beggars a lot of times. We don't call no 5% runners. I'm just saying. We don't call no 5% runners.
Victory laps on 5%ers.
I'm sorry. I don't do a victory lap on 5%ers. I actually like making money. No, I actually like. I like making money. You know what I mean? You know, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You know, people. there are people out there that celebrate like things that go up 1%. I'm like, why would you celebrate that? That's lame. That's like the getting ready to do a track meet, right? And then you like take one step and it's like, up, I win. Yep. And meanwhile, everybody else just beat you across the freaking, ran across the whole circle, the whole track. There you go. And yeah, you're just like taking a victory lap or like one step. All right, come on now. We just made different. Abdullah asked for CMBM once again. All right, CMBM currently is moving down though. CMBM did have a nice run earlier in the day, but right now, man, still needs to break this little bit of a downtrend over here at this point. It has to hold the VWAP as well. CMBM really just needs to hold the VWAP and needs to curl, man. It needs some volume. So CMBM really needs to hold the volume, really needs to hold that VWAP. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, 1 second. Yes, sir. And let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,800. 3,800, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Let's get to 3,800. Come on now. So, CMBM needs to hold above the VWAPA and curl. Needs to do that, man. Curl, baby, curl. You know what I mean? Curl, baby, curl. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party going on right here. Yes, sir. All right. Let's take a look at another stock that was requested of us. LUMN. Let's take a look at LUMN. Ooh, fell down. Very, very, yep, downward trend right here. So, LUMN needs to break the downtrend for it to be so much maxi to Mya. That's what's got going on right now. LUMN needs to break the downtrend right here for it to be so much maxi to Mya. 8 minutes till the bell, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. The bell! The bell! It deafens me. Yes. Yes, sir. All right. So, yeah. Somebody requested FRGT. FRGT, man. All right, let's see. Ooh, not looking schmexy at all. Ooh, very barcoded. Very barcoded, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very barcoded. Above the VWAP, but very, very barcoded. So, FRGT needs some serious volume. Needs serious volume. Very barcoded. Very barcoded. Needs some serious volume there. Needs some volume. Volumation. You know what I mean? Volumation. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Needs some volumation right there for it to be so much maxi to Mya. But right now, that's what it needs. So, there we go. Let's see what we got going on right here. Let's see what else we got. All right. Let's see. CREV. Somebody requested CREV. CREV. Very, very low volume. Very choppy. Very, very choppy right there. CREV. Very choppy. Needs volume. Let's see what else we got. What else we got going on while we wait for another one of our stuff to move. You know what I mean? We're waiting for the move. We're waiting for that. Waiting for the bell. The bell. Somebody requested AIRE. AIRE. All right. Somebody requested that. Very, very, very choppy, low volume. Choppy with low volume right there. It's like cloudy with a chance of meatballs. This is choppy with a chance of low volume. A very high chance of low volume. AIRE needs volume. Very choppy. All right. Let's see. Rico Suave asks, do these stocks like PPBT usually get more volume and go up more when the market opens or die out since the news catalyst has already been reflected in price? Well, the thing is with PPBT, there's like a bunch of variables that really go into this stuff. Yeah, it could, there's things like, are there other stocks that are stronger that people are paying more attention to? That too, the fact that the Fed meeting is concluding at 2 o'clock today.
And Jerome Powell's having a speech.
Yeah, and Jerome Powell is having a speech, so you got that going on as well. So is he going to be dovish? Is he going to be hawkish? You don't know, right? So there's a lot of variables right now. So in a normal day, it'd probably be more like just volume dictating it. But in this case, we got Jerome Powell. He's going to be speaking today. That's a thing. So we need to keep an eye on that. And then then after that, you got to watch the volume really. And if he's dovish, that's great. That's awesome. That means that the stock market could potentially start moving and grooving. If not, and he's hawkish, well, that's gonna send a bit of a chill. It could have an impact too. So it really depends. It depends on a lot of different variables, Rico. But yeah, good question. Good question. All right, so right now PPBT needs to break that double top right there. And looks like it is currently kind of moving down a bit. Kind of moving down just a little bit right now. But could it potentially curl? Who knows? Maybe. Could potentially curl during the bell. Could potentially curl. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. Yes. Not yet. Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. Don't worry, indelibles, time will tell, but we will be here. You know what I mean? We will be here watching. Rico Suave says, thanks. No problem, man. Of course. Our pleasure. All right. I need some water. I need water. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go get some water real quick. I'll be right back. Just got to get some water. And let's get a share party going while I'm gone. 4,200. Come on now. Let me get that drink real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, carajo, got me some agua. Yes, sir. All right. Whew. All right, there we go. PPBT needs to break the pennant. All right, Dudley asks for TSE. Let's take a look at TSE. All right, let's take a look over here because TSE was requested quite a few times. TSE, not a lot of volume here for this stock right here. Not a lot of volume. Very, very choppy. A lot of indecisive wicks, and it is below the VWAP. So needs volume not only to break the VWAP, but just needs volume in general. So TSE needs volume to break the VWAP. Very choppy. Very choppy. So needs volume to break that VWAP because it is very choppy right there, man. So TSE, not a lot of volume going on right here. Very, very choppy right now. So we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens right there. Somebody requested APLD. APLD. All right, APLD currently had a little bit of a movement upward, little bit, sort of. Currently up 2% though, so I mean it's a little expensive, a little pricey, and it's up 2%. All right, so I mean it's all right, I guess. but right here had a bit of consolidation right over here. Right. Yeah. Just a little bit of consolidation right over here. Had a bit of a channel, actually. Let me get that channel time. Channel time. It's channel time. Channel time right over here. Let's get it right here. Bop. We got 1 minute till the bell. The bell. Come on now. All right, so got 1 minute till then. The bell.
The bell rang.
The bell.
Let's go, baby.
There we go, baby. Come on now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Again.
Curled up and just went down. Went off the cliff. There it goes. APLD. Went off the cliff. APLD. Needs to break the descending wedge. APLD needs to break the descending wedge, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to break that descending wedge for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. CMBM will hit up. Let's see. Let's see how CMBM is doing right now. CMBM currently looks like it's trying to curl a little bit, but right now it's kind of struggling. It has to stay above the VWAP really for it to be so much Mexi to Mya, but it looks like it's trying to curl a little bit. So CMBM trying to curl and stay above that VWAP. Again, this stock had very nice movement earlier in the day. And, you know, right now it's kind of just running out of gas right now, but it is trying to curl. So we'll see what happens. But it has to hold above that VWAP for it to be so much Mexi to Mya, right? Can it break through? Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's see. Let's see what it do. Looks like it's trying to test resistance right now. It's trying to test that resistance. Can it curl up? Let's see. CMBM trying to curl that resistance. CMBM trying to curl and break the resistance. I will give it that right there. CMBM trying to curl and break that resistance right there. Can it break it? We'll see what happens. Has a bit of a double bottom formed right over here. Double bottom, you know what I mean? I like the double bottoms, but better yet, I like the bottom tails. That's what I like, ladies and gentlemen. I like me some bottom tails. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get the 4,400. 4,400. Come on now. Let's get the 4,400 right here. Come on. All right. Let's get the 4,400. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so let's get it right there. So right here, let's take a look at another stock right here. Let's take a look at another stock that's been requested of us. Let's see over here. Somebody requested PFSA. PFSA. Let's take a look at PFSA. Let's see. PFSA. All right, below the VWAP right now. Below the VWAP needs some volume to break the VWAP for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. PFSA. PFSA needs to break the VWAP with some volume for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. There we go. Let's take a look at another stock right here. Somebody requested Fubo. 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 Currently up 17%. Broke below the VWAP. Fell below the VWAP. William Hill, thank you for reposting the stream, man. Thank you for that. Much love, brother. Much love. Thank you for reposting. Thank you for that share. Share right there. You know what I mean? Thank you for that share. You know what I mean right there? Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So thank you so much for that share, brother. Thank you. We appreciate that. Much love. Much love. Big love and big ups to you, man. Much love for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. All right, so we got that going on right there. Rico Suarez says PPBT curling. Oh, let's see. Wepa, come on now. Let me see that stuff. Let me see it. Let me see it. Ooh, it's trying. It's trying. It formed a bit of a it's got a top tail though. It's got a top tail. Can it curl though? Come on, baby. Come on, curl. Curl for Poppy. Curl for Poppy. Come on now. There we go. Curl for me. I want you to curl for me. Man. Come on now. Oh, well. Looks like it tried to curl. It tried, man. It tried. PPBT.
Big reversal.
Big reversal. Tried to curl. Needs more volume. Needs more volume. Needs more volume. Big reversal, though. Well. Had some nice movement though earlier in the day, up 121%. It tried, man. It did. It did try. But I'll give it credit where credit's due. It did have a nice 121% run. But what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? So we'll see what happens with PPBT. PPBT, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see. We shall see. All right, let's take a look at another stock right here. Something else that was requested of us as well. Let's take a look over here. What other stocks do we have going on right now? What other stocks do we got? Let's see here. Somebody did request Fubo, and Fubo was like, let's see. Let's see. Fubo fell below the VWAP. Had a bit of a movement up earlier in the day, I guess, a little bit. It is currently up 15% though. Up 15%. Man, So we'll see what happens. A to B, B to C, C to D. Little bit of a panic going on right here. Boom. But it has to break above that VWAP for it to be so much mexy to me. FUBO needs to break that VWAP. FUBO needs to break the VWAP for it to be so much mexy to me. Needs to break the VWAP and needs to break that pennant. And the pennant right here. Otherwise, it's just, man, you know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. All right. Somebody requested RANI. Let's see how RANI is doing. Let's see. RANI currently fell below the VWAP. Very, very choppy. Not a lot of volume for this stock. RANI, I mean, it was good a couple of days ago, I'm pretty sure. I think it was a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago. But right now, very choppy. Choppy. Needs volume to break the VWAPA. Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 4,700. Come on now, 4,700. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get it. Let's see here. What else we got? What else we got? Let me add them. Let me add them right here. Let's see. What else? Somebody requested BYND. I liked BYND, man. It was a multi-day runner. It was. Right now, though, it is falling below the VWAP. But it looks like it's trying to curl. Looks like it's trying to curl above the VWAP right now. So we'll see what happens right here. But needs to really break that VWAP. Needs to break the VWAP right now. BYND. BYND trying to curl. Needs to break that VWAP. It needs some volume to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Was very choppy earlier in the day. Fell down below the VWAP. Needs to break above the VWAP for it to be so much mexy to me. But that's what we got going on right now for BYND. All right. Open. Let's see how Open is doing. Open was another very popular stock. I'm pretty sure it was also a meme stock, but right now it looks like it's trying to curl its way back up above the VWAP right now. Trying to curl its way above the VWAP. I hope it breaks through. It has broken through a little bit, but, needs to break a bit more. Open needs... trying to break the VWAP, actually. Trying to break the VWAP. Needs volume. Needs volume, man. Needs volume. Needs volume for it to be so much mexy to me. Needs some volume there. All right, let's see how ERNA is doing. ERNA, come on, baby. ERNA, you were moving up nicely, but right now you got a bit of a pennant going on there, sweetheart. You got a bit of a pennant going on, darling. You got a bit of a pennant going on. Hello, darling. How are you? You got a bit of a pennant going on there, darling. PPBT, by the way, looks like it's trying to curl a little bit. So we'll see how PPBT is doing. But right now, currently, ERNA needs to break that pennant right there. It needs to break that pennant. ERNA needs to break the pennant. ERNA needs to break that pennant right there, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to break that pennant right there. So that's what we got going on. CCCFS, what's better, PPBT or ERNA? I don't know if there's anything that's better or worse than each other at this point. I mean, right now, both of them are kind of consolidating a little bit. So as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, I don't really have a preference here in terms of that. So honestly, wouldn't be the guy to ask in terms of that right now. But I will say this PPBT is trying to curl its way on up right now, but right now it's also falling. So again, they're moving up and they're moving down a little bit. There's a lot of indecisiveness. So right now, PPBT needs to break this, needs to stay friends with the trend right here and just keep curling upward. And ERNA kind of just needs to just see what here. Let's see right here. Bop needs to really just break that VWAP and needs to hold above that VWAP right now. So we got that going on. These are two very different stocks, and it really depends. Again, all this depends on different parts and pieces right over here. So there's a lot of different factors that go into these stocks going up potentially. So ERNA again needs to break this pennant, and PPBT also, I'm pretty sure, is curling up above the pennant, but needs to remain friends with the trend. So PPBT needs to remain friends with the trend right there. PPBT, choppy uptrend, needs to remain friends with the trend. So that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. PPBT, let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens right there. We shall see what happened. We shall see what happened. PPSI, somebody requested PPSI. Let's see how PPSI is doing. Pioneer Power Solutions, very choppy, not a lot in terms of volume. Fell below the VWAP, not looking schmexy. All right. PPSI needs a lot of volume for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Yes, sir. PPSI needs a lot of volume. PPSI needs a lot of volume. Very choppy. Not a lot going on there. All right. Somebody requested NUAI. NUAI. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get some water real quick. All right. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. So let's take a look over here. Somebody requested NUAI. NUAI. Let's take a look over here. Fell down off a cliff. Not looking schmexy at all. NUAI. It did look schmexy a couple days ago. NUAI was moving up pretty nicely a couple days ago, but that is not today. The days change, so do the stocks, and right now NUAI needs to break the downtrend and the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to nya. All right, so NUAI needs to break that downtrend, needs to break that VWAP for it to be so much schmexy to nya. Somebody requested VSEE. VSEE had a nice movement yesterday. VSEE did have a very nice movement yesterday, so we'll see what goes on with VSEE with this stock right here. Currently, though, VSEE is moving its way on up right now, curling right over here. And then it's kind of just got a bit of a pennant right now. It needs to break the VWAP and needs to break the pennant for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. But right now, that's what we got going on. VSEE needs to break the pennant to become so much Mexi to Mya, and the VWAP, of course, and the VWAPA to become so much Mexi to Mya. VC is very choppy right now, but did have a nice move yesterday, but that was yesterday. This is today. You know what I mean? So got that going on. Let's take a look at EDHL. EDHL currently moving up on some low volume right now. And float is 9 million. Volume is 539,000. So it is moving up on very low volume right now. So let's see what goes on over here. Right? Again, right now forming a top tail, but we don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails. EDHL moving up on low volume. Moving up on low volume right here, baby. Let's get it. Let's see what goes on. All right. Let's take a look at BITF. Someone requested BITF. BITF. All right. BITF dropped, and now looks like it's trying to curl off the little drop here. So looks like it's trying to curl a little bit. Broke the VWAP there, so that is good. BITF is breaking the VWAP. BITF broke the VWAPA. VWAPA. All right. Needs to remain friends with the trend. So that's what BITF's got going on right now. So it needs to remain friends with the trend right now. So it's kind of curling up a bit right now, curling above the VWAP. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, it's got a ways to go before it can be so much messy to me. But right now, it's just You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Somebody requested FI. Oh boy. FI. Yep. Yep. Needs to break the VWAP. FI. Trying to curl, but needs to break that VWAP right now. Let's see what goes on there with FI. FI needs to break the VWAP. Needs to break the VWAP. Needs to break the VWAP right there. So we'll see what happens with FI, but right now it needs to break that VWAP. All right, Abdullah says, let's go to CMBM. CMBM, let's take a look. All right, CMBM has a double top forming right over here. We don't like the double tops. We like the double bottoms. So right now, CMBM, again, still needs to curl. Still needs to hold above that VWAP. CMBM needs some more volume, really. CMBM needs more volume for it to be so much Mexi to me. All right. And then somebody requested RDW. Let's see about RDW. All right, RDW. Q3 earnings are unconfirmed in 12 days, so they're unconfirmed in 12 days from now on, November 10th after market close. So got that going on right there. But RDW, very, very choppy. Not a fan of this stunk. Not a big fan. We'll see what happens with the stunk. But right now, currently, not a lot to say about the stock other than it really needs some volume. Not a lot to say about the stock. Needs some volume. Immensely needs volume for it to be so much Mexi to Mia. Not a lot I can say about it. Plus, I don't do price predictions or anything like that. All right. RDW. RDW needs volume for it to move up. For it to even move up. So, for it to move up, it needs some volume. That's what RDW needs. So needs volume for it to be so much Mexi to Mia. CCCF asks for PPBT. Let's take a look at PPBT. Let's take a look. All right. PPBT looks like it is trying to curl a little bit. Trying to curl right now. Looks like it formed a bit of a descending wedge over here, and now looks like it's trying to curl off that descending wedge again. So we'll see what goes on over here. We shall see what goes on over here. Let's get this over Mia. Let's move this over here. Boom, right there. All right. So PPBT looks like it's trying to curl up. Let's see. Come on now. Come on now, PPBT. Come on. Hit a high. Hit up to 115. Hit 115. It looks like it's trying to curl, man. It was trying just now. It tried. You know what I mean? It's drying up.
Fed speech.
Yeah. Yeah, the volume's drying up a little bit ahead of the Fed speech. That the Fed speech is really, that's going to be at 2:00. So that's really going to have an effect here. All right, but I will say this: Purple Biotech trades were trading higher after the company achieved a commercially viable yield for IM 1240, positioning the program for future development. So that was probably why it was moving pretty well. Right now, it looks like it's trying to curl, man. It is trying to curl. 122. There we go. Come on now. There we go. Broke the high a day. There we go. Broke that high a day. Come on, baby. 122 broke the high a day right there. All right. PPBT. Coach, can you keep an eye on PPBT for me, please?
What's up, brother?
Can you keep an eye on PPBT for me, please? Yes, PPBT. Broke the high a day. Broke that high of day. Up 122%. There we go. It broke it a bit. So, yeah. I mean, we did call PPBT quite a bit earlier. So, we got that going on right there. And it looks like it's still climbing a little bit. Up. It's trying to test it again. Up. Yep. Needs to break that. Up. Come on now. Come on, baby. Bottom tail. Bottom tail. It's bottom tail. Come on now. Volume. Come on now. I'm gonna turn away. I'm gonna turn away for 5 seconds and
break the resistance at 129.
Come on now.
Break it.
Oh.
Come on.
Ooh. Come on now.
Bottom tail.
Come on. Up. It's testing it, man. It's testing it. Oh, come on.
That's not nice.
That's not nice. Come on now.
Come
on, man. Come on now. Come on.
Push it, baby.
Come on. Please.
Resistance Bulls, take over.
Come on. It's trying.
Bulls. Come on, Bulls.
Oh.
Come on, Bulls.
Oh, come on. Give it a little bit of whip back. Come on.
Come on, man.
Hit it with the whip back. Come on now. Oh,
Volume
volume dropping. Ah. All right.
Dive.
Oh, come on.
Volume.
Volume. Come on now.
What a battle royale.
Well,
Hold on.
in the meantime. Ooh. It's trying. It's trying.
All right.
It's trying. It's trying.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at FGL. Slumped ass for FGL. Let's take a look at FGL in the meantime. Oh, look at that. FGL just broke above the VWAP a little bit. It peaked above it a little bit, actually. It peaked above it just a little bit, which it's testing that VWAP right now. Right, it is testing the VWAP. I will give it that. Peaked above it a little bit for just a couple seconds right there. So right now it is on a bit of an uptrend. It needs to remain friends with the trend for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. But right now that's what we got going on right there. FGL.
Bobtail PPBT.
Oh my.
Try again. Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on.
Yeah, so FGL needs to FGL peaked above the VWAP needs more volume. Go, baby. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm rooting for it. Let's take a look at PPBT again. Let's take a look at PPBT.
Trying,
come on now. It's trying, man.
Low volume.
It's trying. Come on now. Come on.
Come on, volume.
Come on, volume. Ooh. Oh my. Come on now. Needs to break above, man. Come on. Needs to break above. Can it break it, man? Can it break it? We'll see what happens. Break it good. Break it because you shake it. Break it because you shake it. Come on now. Break it because you shake it.
You gotta break it if you shake it.
Yes, sir. All right. So. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for me, ladies and gents. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. Oh, hold on. Rico Suave says, can't believe I sold PPBT right before it broke high. I was watching for a minute, secured profits, and got out of it at $1.23, man. There you go. There you go, brother. A win's a win. You know what? I'm glad you made a profit. Oh, my. PPBT, $1.38, 138%. Oh!
The humanity of it.
Oh, my. 138%.
Let's go.
Oh, my. Man, just as I'm about to turn around and leave, just as I try to get out, they pull me back in. All right, that's all I'm saying. All right. PPBT broke that high. Hold on one second. PPBT broke the high of day again. Up 138% right there. Whoo. Oh my. All right. So Rico says have a good day. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the worm. It doesn't get the worm. They get the cash. Look at the worm. Look at what he wants the worm. It gets the cash. All right, I mean, hey,
5% runners get the worm.
Let the 5% runners get the worm. PPBT right now is trying to get the cash again because it's hitting 139 and it's trying to test it again. All right? Because, just as I do my outro, now you want to move. Okay, I see how it is. Nah, but all joking aside, I hope everybody's making a lot of money and being greenable, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comments section, so be sure to check that out. because we picked a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. And if you check out our real-time alerts and scanners subscription, you get access to our beautiful scanners right over here. This is just one of the beautiful scanners that we have there that you get access to all day from sun up to sundown, from pre-market all the way to the end of after hours. And then you also get access to this beautiful newsroom right over here, both of which, by the way, give you access to the stonks, which shows you the percentage change, the time in which it was scanned, ticker, price, volume, float, etc., the chart, the whole 9 yards, everything. And you get access to an amazing, wonderful community of people. They're very supportive, very fun, very good community. We have a good time there, a lot of good times there, and we pick a lot of baggers there. And yeah, basically it's like a place for you and your peers, you know what I mean? Very, very good place to go, and everybody seems to just want to help each other out. And oh my god, PPBT just broke up to 141. Oh my. Well, yes.
The humanity of it.
Yes.
The humanity.
So, yeah, that's what we got going on there, folks. So, yeah. Also, ladies and gentlemen, check out our Wealth Builders package with the... Hold on one second. On now up 141% right there. Just got to put that up there. Boom. New high. All right. But as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out the Wealth Builders package, which gives you access to the same thing that our real-time alerts does, plus you get access to exclusive content. You get access to exclusive educational content, scripts. You get access to the behind-the-scenes stuff. You get exclusive access to Coach Nick Money and myself, direct access to us, ladies and gentlemen. And to top it off, you basically just get a amazing community there too. Yeah, as well as exclusive picks and other things like that. So you get a lot of those, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of those right there. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. And to top it off, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check us out on our YouTube at Coaching Money.
At Coaching Money.
At Coaching Money, where we do lots of live streaming. We do lots of video reviews, stonk reviews, right? We do all sorts of good stuff there. Do all sorts of video and stonk reviews. We do all sorts of shorts as well. We do live streaming on our YouTube, so be sure to check it out, man. Like, comment, subscribe there at Coaching Money, at Coach Nick Money. Be sure to check us. Yes, sir. And be sure to check us out on our X.com, aka Twitter, where we do lots of analysis, where we do lots of live streaming, and we do lots of stonk reviews there as well. At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And of course, you get access to all that cool stuff there. And to top it off, you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, where we do lots of stock reviews and analysis there as well. At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And of course, you can check us out on our TikTok, Tiki Taki Tiki Taki, aka the Tac Tac. The Tac Tac, yes, the Tac Tac, yes. You can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. So, ladies and gentlemen, much love. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are indelibles. Be greenable. Leave your mark. We love you guys. Without you guys, none of this would have been possible. So thank you. We love you guys so much. And take care of yourselves. Have